Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below to get in on the action today. And yeah, guys, we'll hop in it here. A lot of matchups on this slate today. Remember, go ahead, become a member, support the channel, guys. Sign up with BroThrow for free, guys. Get in there. We'll be posting some teasers this weekend on the site. And yeah, we'll hop in it. We got the Reds versus the Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites at -120. The Reds +100 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Reds is Luis Cessa with an ERA of 4.78. His last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Pirates is Bryce Wilson with an ERA of 5.95. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. He's given up 9 runs in his last 3 starts. Pirates coming off back-to-back wins against the Reds. Reds losing 4-1 yesterday. Been a tough series. I've been on the wrong side here. I just still think there's good value with the Reds here. I really do. Bryce Wilson has not been great on the mound here. And you know what? I'm not going to jump ship. I'm taking Reds +1.5 today. If they lose today, probably done with the Reds for a little bit here. But yeah, I think it's a good spot with Bryce Wilson giving up a good bit of runs. I think the over is probably a good play as well today too. But we'll take Reds +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -125. The Rays +105 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 0.0. Looks like he's getting his first start of the season. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 3.04. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 13 strikeouts, only given up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. Tampa Bay beating Cleveland yesterday 6-5. Yeah, ruining Cleveland's long winning streak here. It's a close game. Cleveland, 7-1 in their last 8. 7-3 at home right now. Yeah, love McKenzie at home here. Not in love with Glasnow on the mound. Just no experience for him, to base off of for Glasnow. I'm going to take the Guardians coming off that loss yesterday. I like Tristan on the mound here. We'll take the Guardians at home. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Detroit Tigers. Tigers opening up as home favorites at -130. The Royals +120 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Royals is Daniel Lynch with an ERA of 5.06. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 10 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Tigers is Matt Manning with an ERA of 3.43. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. He's given up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. We saw Detroit getting the win yesterday, 4-3. On a 4-game winning streak here. Playing good baseball here. And, Matt Manning hasn't been that bad on the mound here. Lynch been giving up a good bit of runs in this one here. And yeah, I like the Tigers at home. I like Manning on the mound. And I like the new continuous little win streak they got going. We'll take Tigers at home. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Washington Nationals. Braves opening up as road favorites at -220. The Nationals +180 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Braves is Jake Odorizzi with an ERA of 4.61. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Nationals is Josiah Gray with an ERA of 5.17. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts, given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. Odorizzi's given up 13. Coming off a very rough game for Odorizzi. They are on a 4-game winning streak, beating Nationals 8-2 and 8-0 in both matchups here. 16-1 on the road against Washington, where they've been absolutely dominant. I'm taking the Braves on the road here. they've just been so dominant in this series. They've looked good. Been able to hit very well. I think Odorizzi has a much better game today on the mound. I'm taking Braves on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -125. Toronto +105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA at 3.49. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts, given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Mitch White with an ERA of 5.12. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts, given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts. Yankees coming off a 5-2 win against Toronto yesterday. Yeah, I like the Yankees on the road. Not in love with Mitch White. I mean, he's 0-6 so far, so hasn't been that great. Been giving up some runs. I think I'm going to take the Yankees on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at -115. Baltimore -105 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Orioles is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 3.07. His last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts, only given up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for Boston is Rich Hill with an ERA of 4.89. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts, given up 8 runs in his last 3 starts. Yeah, Boston winning 13-9 yesterday. Big win for Boston. They were on that bad losing streak. Still haven't looked that good here. Baltimore winning that first match of 14-8. It's been a high-scoring series here. So I do think the over is probably a decent play at 9, since both overs have just smashed so far this series. And I like Dean Kramer on the mound, coming off a 0-run game. And it has already been a back-and-forth series. I'm going to take Baltimore +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -185. Miami +165 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Marlins is Jesus Luzardo with an ERA of 3.57. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 11 strikeouts, only given up 8 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Mets is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 3.53. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Miami beating the Mets 6-4 yesterday. The Mets, I don't know, pretty good matchup here. I just don't think I trust the Mets here, -185. Already didn't look good yesterday here. I'll take a shot with Miami +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Minnesota Twins. White Sox opening up as road favorites at -115. The Twins -105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the White Sox is Johnny Cueto with an ERA of 3.15. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 9 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Twins is Josh Winder with an ERA of 4.20. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. He's given up 9 runs in his last 3 starts. Minnesota getting a 4-0 win yesterday. White Sox on a 7-game losing streak. I mean, they've been so bad right now. And not sure I want any part of them. Minnesota 7-3 at home against the White Sox. Give me Twins +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Chicago Cubs. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -185. The Cubs +155 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola with an ERA of 3.28. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts, given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Cubs is Hayden Wesnecky with an ERA of 2.45. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. He's given up 3 runs in his 2 starts on the mound this season. And yeah, Cubs getting a nice win yesterday, 2-1. Phillies on a 3-game losing streak right now. Yeah, Cubs 6-1 in their last 7, playing pretty good baseball right now. They're in this little stretch here. Phillies 0-5 on the road. Give me Cubs plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Cardinals plus 125 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 2.91. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 run in his last 3 starts on the mound. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 3.18. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 11 strikeouts. He's given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts. St. Louis getting a nice 6-2 win yesterday against Milwaukee here. And, yeah, 9-4 on the road against the Brewers. Yeah, I like Cardinals plus 1.5 on the road today. Quintana's been very good. Pretty good pitching battle here. Give me Cardinals plus 1.5. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 165. Arizona plus Houston minus 185. Arizona plus 165 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 2.51. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, had 13 strikeouts. Pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 1.82. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Gallen's given up 6. Houston getting a nice 10-2 win yesterday against Arizona on a 3-game winning streak. Arizona 1-4 in their last 5. 1-5 on the road against Houston. Love Verlander on the mound in this matchup here, and I'm going to take Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 195. Oakland plus 160 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Oakland is Adrian Martinez with an ERA of 6.10. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 4.78. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Lorenzen's given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts. Martinez given up 16 runs in his last 3 starts. Oakland losing to the Angels yesterday, 4-3. Angels on a 2-game winning streak. Yeah, I'm going to take the Angels at home here. Martinez has been very bad. 16 runs in his last 3 starts here. Really hard to back that. He's been horrible on the mound. Lorenzen hasn't been crazy, but he's been okay. But, yeah, we're going to take the Angels at home in this matchup. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the San Diego Padres. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 145. The Padres plus 125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 2.25. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts, given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 3.12. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Musgrove's given up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. Dodgers losing 3-4 yesterday. Close battle there. Padres coming into this on a little 3-game winning streak here. You know, Dodgers 15-5 against the Padres. Love the Dodgers off the bounce back here. Love Julio on the mound, and I'm taking Dodgers on the road here, coming off a loss. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at minus 160. The Rangers plus 135 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 2.90. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts, given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Mariners is George Kirby with an ERA of 3.30. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. He's given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts here. We got the Rangers beating Seattle 5-0 yesterday. Disappointing game for Seattle yesterday. Very disappointing. Seattle on a 2-game losing streak here. Yeah, Perez has been good on the mound. Pretty good pitching matchup here. I'll take the Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. I don't know. Seattle just seems a little risky today, coming off that horrible performance yesterday, and coming off back-to-back losses here. We'll take Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. All right, and then the last matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the San Francisco Giants. Can't find any lines on this game. It is the last game of the night, 9:45, so it's got plenty of time for that. I only have one pitching info for this game here, and it's that pitching for the Rockies is Jose Urena with an ERA of 5.34. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts, given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. Giants winning 5-2 yesterday against Colorado. Colorado on a 3-game losing streak. They're 1-7 in their last 8. They've been struggling on a 5-game losing streak against the Giants here just in the last week. Giants, they've just dominated them, and we'll see who ends up pitching for the Giants. I'm going to take Giants at home. Sure, they're going to be favorites, just how dominant they've been. Unless it's some kind of crazy pitcher for the Giants that's never pitched or it's given up tons and tons of runs, I think I'm going to take the Giants at home against this struggling Rockies team. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.